Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Long time no talk. Um, it's been quite a few months. I'm not even gonna attempt to try to catch y'all up on on what has gone on because, to be honest, I don't even remember the last time I recorded and posted publicly on my channel. But I've been doing lots of traveling. I've still been crafting, but just crafting for fun, not swapping or anything. But I'm back today to share a swap that I joined. Ebony and Ilene, the Misfits, as they are affectionately known, posted a Sanrio swap, and it's something that they do annually. And I will link both of their YouTube and Instagram uh, accounts in the description below. And as y'all can tell, it's been a minute because I can't even get my words together. But anyways, my partner for this swap was Denessa. And if you know Denessa at all, you know that she is a Sanrio fan. I'm not really a Sanrio fan. I think the stuff is cute, but I'm not really a fan. But Kayla would not let me live it down if I passed up this swap another year. So I decided to go ahead and join this year. So Denessa and I decided on which characters, and we both said Cinnamoroll, Hello Kitty, and Karomi were our three faves. So we centered our swap around those three. So let's see the requirements of the swap. Man, I gotta pull this back up because I can't remember what the requirements of the swap were. Okay, so the requirements of the swap were we had to do a 3D book stack, and the books had to be a minimum of 5.5 by 5 by 2. You had to have three. The top had to be decorated with at least three elements. Your drawers must contain a trinket box, three trims, a sequins mix, and two sets of embellishments, and ribbon samples. So as usual, I did a little more than what was required. I tried to stuff my boxes. Uh, yeah, I think I centered everything around the embellishment box that I was going to use, and I created my own boxes, my own measurements and everything. So this is my book stack, and let's see if I can turn this over. I did not glue mine down because I don't know how Denessa wants to store this. So this is my book stack here. I just have them tied together with some of this fluffy yarn. So let's take that off, and we will start with the top box. So this is the top box, and I decided to create a memory dex card that I put on top of my top box, and it is dimensional. I used some 5mm foam on this one, and used some jimmies to decorate, and did a little dangle hanging off the spoon up here. It's a little ice cream cup. The papers that I used were a mix. I used an Echo Park collection. I used some Hello Kitty paper from Cricut. And then I also created my own digital papers in Canva um, for this swap because Hello Kitty paper, Sanrio paper, is hard to come by. All right, so my top box opens up like this. This is the card that I made, and I will put my note inside of here, and Denessa can reuse this card for her own purposes. This is a Scrap Diva die that I purchased, and I knew immediately that I wanted to use this Crocs die for some way I needed to use this Crocs die for this swap. So I have this popped up on some foam adhesive, and the inside is layered, so I'll just put my note on a separate piece of paper and she can reuse it. I did a lot of extras, so the extras that I could stuff in the boxes I put in here. One of the extras that I did, I've been into making charm dangles for your phone. I'm a big reader. I have a couple Kindles, and like with everything else in my life, I'm a little bit extra with it, so I decorate my Kindle. These dangles you can hang off of your phone, off of your e-reader, whatever device that you have. Your key ring, you can hang them off of there. So I created this little box. I can't remember where I got this die from. I think AliExpress. But I have this die, and I'm not going to take them off, but I'll hold them up so you can see them. Denessa is also a reader, so the first one, if I can flip it around, the first one that I created is this one here with the Hello Kitty charm and the little open book charm. And then I have this silver one with Karomi, come on, flip over, and an open heart. And then this last one, gosh, everything is all, probably should have kept these off until this one. I used some of my letter beads and put Denessa's initials, and I hope you guys can see that. I'm not sure if the light is blurring that out, but I have a My Melody charm and then a flower charm on there. So this is one of the extras. Get it back in there. And then here are my ribbon samples. In the back of this one, I purchased this. Oops, where did those come from? I purchased this from AliExpress, man, maybe a couple years ago, and I'm still trying to use it up. Like, this is how much I have left. So anytime I have a swap that calls for like sharing trim or ribbon samples, I'm always going to give some of this. If the colors match, I have the yellow and I have the pink. So yeah, anytime those colors match with the swap that I'm using that calls for a ribbon sample, I'm sharing some of this stuff. So I just wrapped it around a bunch of times. I don't even know if I counted how many times I wrapped it around. It was a lot. It was a lot. But I used this ribbon sample die. I picked up some ribbon from, where did I get it from? AliExpress, I think. So this is a lot of the Sanrio characters on here, my melody on here. So that's that one. And then I also created a little dangle. Here, let me take it out so that the glare isn't getting to y'all. So here's this one. Is it focusing? And then I created that little dangle off to the side. And then the other sample, and I put that pink, I don't even know what it's called. And then I got some Hello Kitty ribbon and another little group ribbon here. And here's the dangle that I created for this one. Let's get everything back in here. So that's what's in the top book. The other two books open to the side. So you pull this out, and I have my sets of embellishments in here. So set number one, I made some bag toppers. And with these bag toppers, I used some papers that I picked up on AliExpress. And I don't know why this light, let me see if I can fix that. See if this is a little bit better. I don't know if it's washed out. It appears to be too dark. I switched my lights. Since my last video, I switched the lights that I have in here. I used to have this big, like, photographer lights. I don't even know if I can explain it to you, but they were huge. And I only use one of them. It's the type of light, I think they call them soft lights, where you usually have two that, you know, face each other. And it was great lighting, but that thing, it blocked a whole section of my pegboard, and I could never get to the stuff behind the pegboard. I was always knocking stuff over because I'd have to reach under that light. So I got some new lights. But anyways, I used this Scrap Diva die and some flatbacks that I had in my stash, and these papers that I picked up from AliExpress. And I think they were origami papers because they were really thin. So I just backed them with some 65-pound cardstock. So here's that one. Here is the second one. And I kept these pretty simple. Just layered them up and added the flatbacks. Alright, so that's embellishment number one. Embellishment set number two, I created some bows. My favorite steel rule bow die I used. And I'm only going to take one set out because the other set I did not put any dangles on them. So this one I have a little cinnamon roll that's holding cherries. That's why I threw him in there. Otherwise I tried to use the three characters that we say we like best. But I did not have any of those three that were holding a cherry. And I really wanted to use this cherry faux leather for the swap. So there's that one. And then here's this one with Karomi. And then there's this one with my melody. And then, like I said, the other three don't have charms dangling off of them. The last set of embellishments that I made were a set of tags. And this one I made using the digital papers that I created in Canva. I think this is a pixie dust tag die, I think. The doily die, the heart doily die behind it is one that I picked up on AliExpress, I'm sure. My Tim Holtz die that I just cut down to, I think, like a ½ inch flatback from my gym. These heart letters are from Scrap Diva with a holographic foil cardstock. There's that one. And then here is this one. Again, sorry guys, I don't know what's being blurred out and what's not. And then here is the third one. Alright, so those are my sets of embellishments. Let's see. Let's get these back in here. And I'll package it all up pretty afterwards. Alright, and last, oh, I threw some extras in here. So I was just making stuff because I had a 3-day crop that I went to. So I was just making a bunch of stuff. And this is some of the stuff that I was making that I ended up not using. Or actually, I think I may have pulled, I made some of these rosettes, and some of them I had pulled from my stash. I think I got, like this one on top, I know I got from Lori. But I think I pulled maybe 2 or 3, and I made like 3 of them. So I just put those extra rosettes in there because who doesn't love to have extra rosettes? And then in this bag, when I was thinking about making my embellishments, at first I was gonna make shaker embellishments, but then I decided I didn't want to do that, but I had already cut all the stuff out. So these are some square shakers that she can decorate up and use on other projects. There's that one. And again, the background papers are the digital papers that I created in Canva. And then here's this one. Sorry about the glare. And then when I was using the dies for the ribbon samples, I wasn't sure what ribbon samples I was going to use, so I made two of the smaller sample tags. So I'm just throwing those in the extras bag for her as well. And then here is my embellishment box. So let's see. This one was kind of intimidating because, again, Denessa is a Sanrio fan, so I know she probably has a lot of stuff. So it was really kind of hard for me to figure out, like, as far as crafting goes, like, what could I give her or purchase to use that she doesn't have. I found these little AB brown Hello Kitty beads. So I put a couple of those in there, and then some little flocked. These are actually charms. These are charms. But you could, if you have a dowel, you could put a hole in the bottom of these and put them on top of pokey tools or pins. I have some gold charms over here, a lot of the Sanrio characters, and I think I threw some bows in there just to try to fill that one up. But this one has a lot of the characters in it. I'll let her go through that. And then I had some Kuromi beads, and these have like the larger holes on them, so you can put them on pokey tools or pins. So I'm sharing, I think there were 3 different designs in that box. Get back in there. Lord, I had this all in here how I needed it. Now I'm mixing it up. So I just put some purple beads. I grabbed beads from my stash. So some purple beads, the little black Kuromi, and then I did some black, white, and silver beads. The pink Kuromi with some pink beads that I'm sharing. And then back here, I had, I think I got this set of charms, Sanrio charms from Amazon. So I'm sharing some of those with her, along with some silver Hello Kitty charms in there. This one here, I have some AB Hello Kitty beads. So they have the designs on there, and it's different ones. So I shared a few of those, and then some Hello Kitty inspired bow beads. So that is my embellishment box. All right, so that is the requirements of the swap. I talked about extras. I have a lot of extras. I have more extras than I have things that were actually included in the swap. So I mentioned that I created digital papers. So I'm sharing with her the set of digital papers that I created for this swap. So just flip through there. Oops. And these are 8x8. I think this one, I just found the image on Google. Was it the same with this one? I can't remember. Some of these I found Google images, like this one in particular. It was a very small image, and I just kind of mirrored it. So I'm sharing a set of those papers with her. And then these are like the origami style papers that I picked up from AliExpress, and they are double-sided. That's my melody. I'm just sharing some of these with her. I think I got like 6 of each design in the pack. So I'm sharing 2 of each design with her. And then here's the last one. So I'll be putting these papers in a clear sleeve for her. Okay. Oh Lord, where do I begin? I just started buying stuff. When I decided I was going to join the swap, I was like, okay, I'm just buying whatever I come across Sanrio Hello Kitty. Kayla actually picked out this plushie. So we got this one for Miss Denessa, and I think Kayla got the Kuromi one. And it's so cute. Like it has a little, I don't know if this is supposed to be a hoodie or what, but it's so cute and soft. So that's one of the extras. She's getting a plushie. Here. Kayla played a big part in this. she found this bag on TikTok shop. So I grabbed it and then I've stuffed it with some goodies that we found while just out shopping. So this one is, I think it's a, yeah, it's an LED, so it lights up. It's a compact mirror. Here's a My Melody keychain, and this actually came in a 2-pack. What's the other one? The other one I dangled off the side of this bag, and it's currently. Kayla found this cup on clearance. I can't remember where we got it on clearance, but she found this cup and then these straw toppers at, I know these came from Hobby Lobby. I can't remember where this cup came from though. And I love a good purse dangle, purse charm, whatever. I know in crafting we use them for other stuff, but I mentioned I decorate my Kindle. I make my own charms to dangle off of my Kindle. And I picked this one up for myself, and I was like, Denessa might like that, so I just grabbed 2 of them. This one has a rhinestone D initial on it with some butterflies and stuff, so I grabbed her that one. And then Kayla found this one on Shein when she was building her cart for vacation clothes. And then she also found this passport cover, and she was like, that reminds me, Mom, we still need to get my passport. So there's also a wristlet strap that came with this that I just left in there. Let's see if I can get all this back in here how I had it, because it had to be strategically placed to get it all. Let's see if I can get it to close. Yay, I can get it to close. Alright, so that's another set of goodies. Let's see. What else do we have? Oh, so this one, I'm all about reusing stuff. Kayla got like some skincare, and I want to say it was like last year. She got some skincare, and it came in this cute Hello Kitty case, and she was going to throw it away. I'm like, no, don't throw it away. I can probably use that in a swap. So I've been holding on to it with an excuse to use it, and this was my excuse to use it. So I actually picked up like some skincare stuff that I'm putting in here. So here's some Kuromi under eye patches, and then here is a Hello Kitty face mask. And then we also found some lip smackers, kiwi flavor, Hello Kitty. And we also found this chocolate covered strawberry hand cream. So those are the things I'm leaving in there. Let's see, what's next? Sticking with that whole theme, Kayla found this from TJ Maxx. It's a Hello Kitty kabuki brush. And I found this in TJ Maxx, and I remember messaging Ebony and Ilene. I'm like, what is this used for? I was like, I'm convinced that they just decided to slap Hello Kitty on something just so it would sell. But it is a humidifier stick. Now, I have allergies, and I have allergy-induced asthma. So I have a humidifier that I, keep in my room and keep at my office. I've never seen one of these before. So Denessa, you're gonna have to let me know how this works for you. What else? Lots of stuff. Sorry, I'm just digging in the bag, pulling things out. This is another Kayla find on AliExpress. It's a little plushy Hello Kitty bag charm or something. And this one, Squishmallow, I guess it's a blind bag, so the next I'll be watching to see what's in that one. Keeping with the self-care stuff, we found this set of towelettes for cleansing. Let's see, we got a pair of socks, and this was when we packaged those. She got this My Melody pin cup. Again, I just let her go crazy on AliExpress, and she found this pin holder thing. So that's coming along for the ride. What else do I have in here? Wait, okay. I know there's something in specific I'm looking for. I created some beaded pins, and Kayla also found some pins. So I found this at Home Goods in their Valentine's section, and it has the 3 characters that we say were our favorites. So first, I'm gonna take out the pins that Kayla found to buy. So this one she really loved. She actually got one for herself with Cinnamoroll, which is her favorite character, and it's really cute. And she found this one, and I think this is, yeah, that's a pin. And then we got, I think it was a set of like 6, these are pins as well, 6 pins. Or no, it was only 4 because she was like, well, can I keep 2 of them? I'm like, sure. So I don't even know what characters were on the 2 that she kept, but these are the 2 that were left in the package. Uh, and then these are the 2 pins that I made. So first up, I used one of those Karomis that I'm sharing in her embellishment box. And I think I got this set of pin blanks from Amazon, I think. It was last year sometime, I can't remember. But I just used some beads from my stash to make that. And then I got this pin blank from Ebony. Ebony's IG shop, which is the Rosette Guru. And again, just use some beads from my stash. This is one of the beads that I shared in her embellishment box. And then I hung a charm dangle off of the back. And last but not least, I found this Hello Kitty, upside down, this Hello Kitty bow rug that she can put wherever, in her craft room, in her bedroom, wherever she wants to put it. Sorry about the noise. So yeah, so that is my swap and all of the goodies that I am sending to Miss Denessa. It was so fun. It was a little bit pressure packed because again, I know Denessa loves Hello Kitty. So I think I was more stressed about that than anything else, but it was fun. I'm happy to get back into swapping. I've already signed up for another one. It's another swap being hosted by Ebony and Ilene, and it is their Rainbow Bright and Powerpuff Girls swap. And I've been partnered with Carmen for that one, so I've already started on that swap as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know I was probably a lot long-winded. I'm sorry about that, but y'all know I'm just getting back into it. Oh, we're at 32 minutes, so I'll probably speed this up. I'll probably speed this up probably like 2 times, so you know y'all don't have to sit here and listen to 32 minutes of my rambling. All right, y'all, thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.